When I talk about the past, of course, I'm talking about a whole menagerie of experiences. Experiences that have accumulated since your childhood. Experiences that perhaps were misunderstood by you. Experiences that maybe were not misunderstandings, but somehow left you feeling that you were not worthy of love. You weren't enough. You weren't valuable. You weren't lovable. Or perhaps even that you were not capable of loving. You maybe were left believing that in order to have love, you needed to earn it, prove your worthiness. And so you have lived your whole life contorting yourself, trying to prove that you are worthy for love. Well, those programs exist in each and every one of us. We're actually conditioned by them to behave in particular ways. As I said, they're all pertaining to us trying to earn love, trying to prove that we're worthy. They're also there for other reasons. They're there to also, in ways that are not always easily identifiable, they're there as an exercise for us to remind us that we are love. And so in each and every experience, we have had the choice of remembering that we are love, or feeding the pattern from childhood where we were convinced that we were never enough to be loved, never worthy enough. And as we go through young adulthood and adulthood, these choices are often more apparent, but yet it's also more easily buried because we have an accumulation of experiences. So depending on how consciously aware you are of what's happening in your life, these things may have gone completely unnoticed by you, in which case you're like so many others in the world, and exactly how I was at one time too. I was completely unaware of the patterns of my behaviors, how my beliefs were affecting me and totally preventing me from creating any kind of happiness. What happens to all your hopes and dreams? They land on crusty ground. What happens to the yearnings of your heart? They land on crusty ground. What happens to all the love that you have to share and want to experience with your true love? It lands on crusty ground. And so, your love is nowhere to land. And think about this for a moment. You are love. What would be the number one thing that love would need in order to thrive? It would be to love. And of course, to receive love. But if you are rejecting love, just as that crusty earth does, you will not be able to receive it. And you will not be able to hold on to it, even if love does manage somehow to find its way to you through a glimmer of hope, a flicker of light, a glance of remembrance about who you are. Because as we know, love is always seeking that crack in the wall to remind you of who you really are and what you're doing here and why self-love is the key to true love. Self-love for true love. There literally is no other way. The energy of self-love is the one where you suddenly realize that you are exactly what your true love has been waiting for. It's when you realize that you are exactly who you have been waiting for. And all of that yearning of your heart disappears. All of those feelings of being separate from the world, from yourself, from love itself. It just dissolves the moment that you agree to start this journey of self-love. Self-love for true love. So please click on the link below. I created this program just for you. That's right, specifically for Flourish, because I know that the people here are committed to making change in their lives, recognizing that the love that they are yearning for is within their reach, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to do it, to create it, and of course to attract it. And so I created this program just for Flourish. The link is below. You can get all of the information about the program. But most importantly is that you can start right here and right now on your journey, a guided journey to self-love, raising your vibrational frequency, raising your conscious awareness, and raising your heart so that it can finally guide you to where true love is waiting to love you and waiting to experience love through you.